Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vino with Vito. Let's not forget Nina.
Hi.
And today we have Danny Sharika from Shiaka General Contracting, but also known as the Tank Man. Danny pulls out oil tanks, which oil tanks are a big business. But before we get into that, I want to thank you for bringing a nice bottle of Pure Paso J. Lore, which we're going to open up.
Oh, excellent.
And we're going to start drinking here. But Danny, question for you. With oil tanks, right? Everybody gets nervous. Wow, look at this, Nina. A guy that bought props. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I love it.
And I bring gifts. I
love it.
gifts for both of you. I got Vito.
No way!
Shaka is the name of my father's hometown in Sicily.
Oh.
It looks like my last name, but it's not my last name. So that's why we got that nickname, Vito, the Tank Man.
The Tank Man,
And I trade
okay.
named it because everybody doesn't relate Shaka with oil tanks. But they when they think of me, they think of the Tank Man. I got two people with tuxedos holding a tank on that shirt, if you see.
Oh, I love it.
Wow.
So this is yours.
Thank you. Oh, don't mind me here.
And I got you it's going to be a little big, but I know girls like it on the little. And I got you a large.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I'm not going to try it on here in case it's not that big.
Okay.
So we'll just.
Well, we didn't want you to take off your shirt and down. Here you go.
Get your
Vito, if you
glass
could
in?
pass that over to her.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
I love
And I
it.
bought the little Trump duck.
Uh-oh. Some people don't like
My
Trump.
son-
so
I
you
know.
gotta be
Yeah, we
careful
made him a
there.
duck
No.
then. We
All
made
right,
him a
we
duck.
No
We
politics
can't make
here.
no politics. No, look, I just
I'm
bring them
kidding.
as a duck.
I'm joking. So Danny, oil tanks is a big business, if I'm not mistaken. You know, years ago, I remember, if you had oil in the ground, you would make money. Now you have oil in the ground, it's costing you money.
Correct.
What's up with that?
Well, we got the soil. We're getting the dirty soil and the water, the drinking water, and they're worried about the runoff going into your drinking water. That's why they're so worried about the oil in the ground.
And
Not the Vino. Doesn't do nothing to the Vino.
doesn't do nothing to the Vino. Well, salute, guys.
Hey.
Salute.
I want to put a shout out to Jerry from the Robert Graham store. He got me, helped me pick out a lot of shirts, but this one's actually my
It's
favorite.
perfect.
That shirt is awesome.
Right?
I really, you know what? I may have to get the same one, Vito. I'm sorry. I may have to copy on this one.
This is a very, very nice shirt.
I'll call you when we go out, and I'll make sure you don't have it on when I wear it.
When you have it on. Or we can wear it together.
Hey,
also.
that could be funny,
You
too.
know, that would be fun,
You
too.
can wear it when you go to wine tastings.
That's right. You know where I'm going to wear this? When I go to Tuscany in Italy.
Oh,
in September.
perfect. Just don't get any red wine on it.
Of course not. No red wine on a shirt that's white. Absolutely not.
Tough.
And today I have a bad, if you guys can see, my neck has really been bothering me. Another shout out to Pete Basora from Basora Chiropractic. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. My
Really?
neck
Was that
was
bad?
shot. It was really bad. At least I can move it, but.
Did he crack
but
it?
He cracked it. I was there for probably a good 45 minutes. So now I could go back.
Since we're doing a shout out, can I do a shout out to my niece?
Go right ahead.
Melissa, my niece just had a baby yesterday.
Oh, yay!
It's a boy, and Chris, congratulations to my brother. The whole
Congratulations.
family's super excited. And
Oh,
as
that's so
crazy as this sounds, it sounds like it's going to be made up, but it's not. The name may be Vito.
Okay.
It's unnamed right now.
This is the perfect time
I
to
mean,
say it, too.
perfect
The
time.
You
unveiling
couldn't set
of
it
the
up
name.
no more than this, Vito. It's-
Perfect time.
I thought it was a great thing to bring up today because they have a baby and they're going to name it Vito.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah.
No
Yes,
pressure.
yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. Did you hear that, Grandpa Sal and Father
Yeah.
Chris? No pressure.
And Brother Sal, from my brother Sal.
There you go.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in this business?
Well, I've been in this business. I was a builder, and what happened was the state allowed whoever had 25 tanks under the ground, that were removed professionally, to take the state test. So I had the 25 tanks because I was knocking down houses and removing tanks before there was a license. So then I was able to take the test. I took the test, and it took over 95% of my business. That's what we're doing is taking out tanks. We're still building homes. I'm building 2 homes in East Hanover as we speak. I got the permits in.
Oh, right. On
East Harvard.
Yes, on Harvard.
But the tanks really keep me busy the most.
I can't wait to see the houses when they're built.
Yeah. No, Danny is a good builder.
It's the 2 lots that are right next to each other, right?
Correct. Excited to build in East Hanover.
Yeah, East Hanover's a great town.
Can you take us through the process where, okay, the first thing people do is, they scan to see if there is a tank. Once it's scanned, there is a tank, then they would call someone like you, naturally. You gotta get a permit, you gotta take the tank out. What's involved? Can you do the process from, the first step, digging it out, to however, you don't just pull it out.
First
you
thing
gotta-
involved, you have to go meet the customer. They got to like you. You got to go there, let them sign a contract, give them, make them feel comfortable, let them understand this is all you do for a living. And the most important thing in life is you got your health. I try to make them feel as comfortable as possible. I give the least expensive price to remove out a tank is because I want them to feel comfortable. And if the tank is good, which I've taken out many tanks. I took out tanks for Mr. Vito himself, and we had good tanks and we have bad tanks.
Right,
So,
right.
but the good tanks, you get away with it. You take them out, you put them to the side, and you fill the hole, and it's over.
Now, do you test the soil only if it's leaking? Or
My company only tests the soil once it's leaking.
Okay.
There's no reason for you to take a test prior. Those other companies that are doing it, I disagree with them. They may be making more money than me, but I don't feel that's the right way to do it. We will argue with the customer not to take a test until you take the tank out.
Right.
Because
Okay.
if you have no holes, there's no reason to take
Yeah.
a test.
So other companies will go out there, I guess they drill
Correct.
holes, and then they test the soil that way, and then find out, hey, it's leaking, you gotta pull the tank out, now we know it's leaking. But if you do it your way, you dig around, naturally, I believe you gotta cut it out.
Correct.
I've seen people in white suits.
Me. I got pictures of me in the white
going
suits.
in
Correct.
there
Correct.
and taking the tank out. Now, how do you know if it's leaking? Do you have to spot holes in the tank, or right away you can smell it? But again, you can't smell it because there's oil in the tank.
Well, I can't smell oil anymore anyway. When I come home, my wife says I stink, and I'm like, I don't smell
You don't
anything.
think so? You're
I don't
so
even
used
smell
to
it.
it.
So that doesn't work for me. The most obvious thing is a hole. When you
Okay.
take the tank out, that's all the inspector's looking for is a hole. And at that point, you have to call it in to the state because the town's out of it. At the point that the tank comes out and has a hole, the state of New Jersey gets involved.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You call up, you get a
Who's
case number.
town?
That's why we're licensed. We have to call within a certain amount of time, and they give us a case number. And then that case number is what's got to be removed for the property to be deemed clean.
Clean. So you get a case number only if
it's
they see
leaking.
holes
Yeah.
in the tank. That's the
Correct.
only time you get
Yes.
a case number. But then you have to naturally test that soil afterwards.
Then you have requirements that the state made that you have to fit into their requirements, what they want you to do to the soil. There's 5 tests for 550. We don't have to get into that. That's
Right.
great detail. That's boring stuff.
No.
But it's we have to do whatever they say at the minimum. You could do over and beyond, but at the minimum, they want you to do a checklist that they have.
Where, hey, you know what, we pulled the tank, it had holes, now you gotta take a certain amount of soil away, we gotta get it
Correct.
tested.
5 tests. You got to do where the tank go. If the tank is no good, they don't even want to know where the tank is. We can make the big barbecue in a good tank in the
Tank.
backyard for you. We can maybe somehow make a pizza inside that thing. But
Remember, you actually pulled my tank out
correct.
in
Correct.
Fairfield.
I pulled many tanks
It
out
was-
for you.
And my personal house, it was a real big tank.
Yeah.
And you think you get scared when we were talking, hey, when you gotta hire an appraiser, you get
Yeah.
nervous. When you gotta hire him, you get even more nervous.
Yeah.
So I scared you that time.
There's
Wow, we're
holes.
getting truth today. I like
There's
that. I didn't
holes
know
in
I
that
was
tank,
scary.
boy.
See?
Do I
got
scare
some
you?
issues.
Do I scare you
No,
at this
you
point?
don't.
Man, I didn't have even told me that I scared you.
But
I
now
feel better now. I'm gonna feel a little bigger now.
There you go. Now, if you do have, you got the holes in the tank, you
That was a
tested-
1,000-gallon tank of yours. I
Yeah,
remember.
mine was a big
It was
tank.
this way. It was the same way as your. I do remember perfectly.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
10 years ago. And getting back now here, you talk about tanks and, attorneys and, when you're buying a house, you're waiving this, you're waiving that. When I bought my house, I bought it with the oil tank, Nina, without even testing it. That's why
I can see you doing that though. That doesn't surprise me.
That's the good thing. He's not telling you why. He's
Does
getting
not-
the good deal.
Oh.
See, he's
I
getting
got
it.
a great
Yeah, I'm not
See,
surprised.
It's always the deal. The Italian
Got a
always
great-
wants the deal.
got a great deal on the house.
And he
Sure
had a
enough.
guy. He
I had
never
a
told me he was
tank.
afraid. He had a guy.
He had a guy.
For the tank.
I had a guy.
He has a
that
guy
I could've-
for everything.
There's a guy. He had the guy. I was the guy. But you didn't tell me I was scared. You played it great. I gotta say,
I played it great until I pull up to the house and I see, all circles, you and the inspector laughing, thinking now I got all these holes in the tank. But sure enough, there were no holes, so it was good to go. But I've seen people where he's pulled out a tank, and they gotta cut it. They clean it all out. Then naturally they pull it up, and you can see daylight. You can just see all the holes in the tank. And when you see all those holes in the tank, boy, that's when you get
scared,
nervous.
right?
That's when you get scared.
I don't get nervous. Listen,
You don't
we
get
gotta-
nervous because that's what you do every
Listen,
day,
we
but-
clean it up. We got to do what we got to do. We'll get the customer out, and we try to make the closing happen as fast as we can. We don't want that to be a bad memory. We want the tank man to be the next person to say, "Oh, I like Danny. He did a great job." That's the whole trick with this business.
And let's go-
Especially that I'm scary now. Now that you gave me a little inside scoop here, I'm a
get-
scary guy.
You get scared when you
Yeah.
got to pull these tanks out.
Unbelievable.
You start getting nervous. Oh boy, Danny's coming. He's pulling out.
I
that
was
tank.
thinking, Vito, I really was thinking that maybe I want to start doing these new videos that the real estate guys are doing. We're coming in the house like a movie star. This time, I was thinking maybe I could come out of the tank.
Oh my God, you
could
could totally do that.
What do you think? You think now is it helping the sales on the real estate coming out? Like
Coming out, yeah.
come
Next
driving.
I mean, people watch them. Sometimes they'll comment on them.
Oh, well, one video I won't mention no name. The guy came in and he came with his underwears and he went all the way across like the like the
we know who
movie.
that is. Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh
I know
my
that
God!
guy.
Yep, I know that
I know
guy
that
too.
guy too.
Yeah,
So you're thinking maybe if I come out with my underwears, I could start selling more. I could get more tank jobs.
You get more tank
You got to start with
jobs.
the reels. Do
Yeah.
funny reels with the music.
That would be good,
and
right?
You
That's
should.
right. The tank man is in his underwear.
Look, the tank man's in the other. I don't think your wife would like that.
No.
What we'll do is we'll send it to Roseanne right
Clean
away.
with my underwear. No, with clothes on.
No,
We'll
right
crop
away.
it.
And say, Roseanne, look what your husband decided. He wanted to walk out of a tank with underwear.
Oh my God.
But now, when you pull out that dirt, right,
Correct.
and it's contaminated, I noticed that you guys put the dirt on, one side the dirty dirt,
Correct.
one side the clean dirt.
Correct.
Now, the dirty dirt, is that what you use for your garden and you gave me those big tomatoes?
That's the one that makes the big gagoots.
Okay.
The gagoots. That's a Sicilian squash. A gagoots.
That was the first year I had my garden. I think my zucchinis were like this big.
See, he probably gave you the
That
bad dirt.
was the bad dirt.
It was
See
the
that?
bad dirt.
Well, when I told you when we were digging up the back of our house for the garden, there was like police tape, cinder blocks. There was concrete back there. So there probably was some oil.
There might have been some oil. Hopefully you didn't find any bones or anything else.
No bones or bodies, but we didn't dig that deep.
Listen, while sitting here, I just got to get off the tank thing. We got to give out my cousin Dave Toronto a shout out. You imagine I'm going to do this and he's a couple buildings away. Dave, next time Vito's going to have you. I'm going to try to get him on.
Yes.
I'm going to
We're
try to
actually,
get him.
so this is a night podcast, by the way, everybody, because we're drinking wine. We're going to go to Dave's for dinner. After the show here, we're going to go
That's
see.
our ritual now.
We're going to go see
Well, he's
Dave.
got great food.
He's got excellent food.
We
Excellent
got there with that perfect day. They were taking pictures of every menu item.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah.
And it was
He
just
loves-
all the
he
food
loves
was
it.
coming out to take pictures. He's like, "You want this?" They were just, "You want this? You want this? You want this?"
And we ate good that day. We
Delicious.
ate real,
We
real
ate way
good
too
that
much.
He's a great guy.
Way
Dave's
too
a great,
much.
great guy.
He is,
Great.
he
The
is.
town is really
so
embracing
nice.
him too.
No, he's a great guy.
Food's
Dave.
great. He's great.
And we're gonna go see him in a little
We got to
while.
save a little bit of wine then when we go over there. We gotta have a little
Don't
more
worry.
Of
before we
course,
get-
we always
We
have
got-
an
All
extra,
right.
extra bottle.
There's
of
always
wine
an
next
extra
to
one
you.
in there.
You can never ask Nina, hey, we're missing a bottle of wine. She's always got one. Always got one in her bag.
Well, we got to keep her around then. That's good. That's a definite.
Absolutely. But getting back on the oil tank thing there, I remember when you bought your house in town. Okay, Nina, this is a true story too.
No, Fairfield.
In Fairfield, I was actually going to buy that house and move out of a floodplain and go and buy this house
Is that when you were in Addison?
on Addison, right? So I put an offer on the house.
So he's
and I-
actually telling me now he's scared of me and we're bidding against each
Mm-hmm.
other. If you're paying attention to everything that's taking place, wow. Go ahead, Vito. Go ahead.
So,
Sorry.
so to find out I'm not getting the house or whatever, and then I run into Dan. He goes, "Hey, I'm buying that house over there on the corner." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "You son of a gun! I was supposed to buy
He
that."
did say it to me. He did say
I was
it to
like,
me.
I was supposed to buy.
So
that
he just
house.
got to it first.
He got to it after, but
I'm bigger. Remember he said he's scared
He's
of me?
scared,
So
yeah,
I
he
got-
backed
I
off.
got- he
But-
backed
As soon as
off.
you said you were buying it, he's like, woof.
but
all right.
now here's a house that had an oil tank in it. Okay.
The one you bought?
that he bought. Now, did you
I
do the
wanna talk- I wanna
remediation?
talk about
That's
that.
why I brought that
I'll
up.
talk. You know
did
what?
you do the remediation
I-
for that or no?
I was wanting to buy that contract to do that oil tank remediation. That remediation is an abnormal remediation.
That's why I brought it
was
up.
325,000. That's not everyday practice. So no, I did not do that cleanup. I got the house after the cleanup. I wish I got that cleanup is because I think I paid less than what the cleanup was at
you
that
did.
point.
You did pay
Yeah,
less
because
than
it
what
was
the
it was
Wow.
working on a long time ago.
They dug underneath the house and had to pull the dirt out from underneath.
Oh, wow.
That's how much dirt
The
was
oil was- yeah.
contaminated. How much
And
oil.
he was looking at all the dirt and he said, "What a garden I could have!
Right.
What a garden!
What
With all that
look at
bad
those
dirt."
The tomatoes.
and
God,
cacoots and
cacoots. You want a cacoots. Now the cacoots is Sicilian. You're not Sicilian, Vito.
No, but we still call it cacoots.
You know what it is then,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Okay, all right. It's
But now with getting rid of all that dirt, but you still end up knocking the house down anyway.
well, we enjoyed the house for a couple of years, and then
That's
we
right.
we
That's
listen,
right.
listen.
Because you built the
Remember,
house.
I'm a builder, so we did it. That was a very big adventure. I love it. You
Do you
asked
still
other
live there?
people in my family; they may not have loved it as much as I did.
Do you still live there?
Yes.
Oh, so you do love it.
So we lived in a little house, and I built a house right.
The
on
house
our-
I was supposed to buy. He was living in.
So that little house was cursing him out every time he drove by because he said, "Danny got the house over me." But that's it. Listen, it was meant to be. You know, sometimes
And you love where you are now,
Oh,
so.
I love it
Hey,
a lot more on
guys,
the park
talking
than
about real estate, I do have my license. I want everybody to know on this broadcast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I
See,
see.
learn
That's why I'm
something new
especially
every day.
That's why we're going to make sure nobody calls. you,
I
but go
feel
ahead.
no, it's fine. I would give them all to Mr. Corleone, Vito Corleone, but the Godfather. But saying that, I feel that real estate, when it's meant to be, the house, you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
No matter
No,
what
I believe that
happens,
too.
whoever's gonna ding, if that house was supposed to, and I mean that, and I do buy a lot of real estate. So when it's meant to be, you're gonna get it
Yeah.
somehow, some way, somehow.
You
some
don't know
way.
it at the time.
You don't know it at
because
the
you're
time.
devastated, but when it
Yeah.
all works out, you realize
Like
it.
the 2 lots in East Hanover. I went to go see the doctor, Dr. Calabrese. I went
Right.
to go see him. He was giving me a desk. I went down the street, and there's 2 lots for sale on the thing. I called him up immediately and said, "Doctor, I'm not here for the desk," because I really didn't need the desk. I said, "I'm here because I needed to see these 2 lots." The same day I put the offer in, and I got those
And
2
you
lots.
got the
And this is like a month ago. So I do believe that. I'm not just saying it just because, no. I believe when it's meant to be, it's going to fall together. It's going to be
It's
yours.
going to happen, and we talk about that all the time. Because a lot of times, you'll get it, people are devastated, they didn't get the house, and, a day, 2 days later, you get a phone call, "Hey, is your customer still around?" The house
meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, that's happened
And
a bunch
people,
of times.
people will go back and buy the house.
And that's why you have to put your offer in. Even though you don't think you might not get it. Oh, I don't know. There's so many people. They're going to put it in.
Amen.
Because if something
You never
happens, they have everything and you're their backup offer.
That's
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Amen. Yeah, I agree.
I've seen it
I always tell
happen.
them, even if you think, you think it's low, you just don't know. There's houses that when they close, I look and I'm shocked that it's like 5 or 10,000 over. I'm like, there's no way. I thought it would have gone at least like 40, 60 over. And they don't, because I think people get intimidated too when they see a lot of people out.
Right.
Intimidating.
open
That's
house.
that word again. That intimidating word. You said you were scared. Intimidating. I like intimidating. It's a little
Yeah,
nicer.
I do scared because I didn't go to college. Intimidated is a little bit.
And your
bigger
neck,
word.
the fact that you can't
But
move
she
your
went
neck
to
makes you
college,
look
right?
like
All
you're
right.
even more scared because you're sitting like
I'm
this.
Nina, I'm scared of this guy.
But Vito does know someone. Every time you say, "Oh, I need this," I got a guy. I got a guy.
Oh yeah,
got a
he
guy.
had a guy.
Got a guy.
I
He-
was the guy. He made me pull that.
You
tank
guys
out.
came to
Look
my
at that
house,
tank.
his
He made me
stone
pull
guy,
that
the
tank out on
siding guy.
weekend. You gotta come. That's the one thing that Vito's gonna do. He said, "You gotta come this Saturday. You got the permit on Thursday. You gotta be there Saturday." I said, "But it's the summer." No. You come on Saturday. We stay together. I get you lunch. We take the tank out. I said, "Yeah, I take the tank out. You go get the lunch." He goes, "Yeah, that's what we're gonna do."
Even I had an eye issue. He's like, go to the doctor. I'm like, I'll be fine. He's like, here's an eye doctor. Go see them.
That's true, though. Dr. Amanda and Michael.
Yes, so sweet. Answered my text at night.
And they're actually closing on their townhouse on Friday. We're going to do the walkthrough with that.
See, that was
Exit
nice.
22, right?
Yeah,
Exit 22.
But you see how quick they took you?
They took me, answered my text, I think it was like 8 o'clock at night, and said, yes, come tomorrow.
That's
that was
really
their
nice.
emergency
Listen, when a
case.
doctor does that, that's really, really nice.
know.
Can I jump in with a doctor story? Because it happened today, too. My father, Dr. Vinny, he's a dentist, 3 buildings away. I'm so happy you brought up doctors, is because I called him this morning. My dad had a pain this morning in his tooth, and he's an awesome guy. Dr. Vinny, this is a shout out for you also. What a great guy. I hope you're taking care of my father, and he's going at 2:30. He went
So he got him in.
today. He got him in. And that's really special when you have a doctor's
Yes.
number on text. So
Or
shout
Vito.
out to
It's
you,
special when
Dr.
you have
Vinny.
Vito, too. Yes.
Speaking about everybody, right? I got a phone call the day before yesterday. Somebody's buying a house, and hopefully they're watching this so they know. I'm just going to say first names. They're going to know exactly who they are. So she goes, the girl buying the house, Barbara, asked me, and she goes, do you have someone to knock down a garage? Do you have someone to put in central air? Do you have someone to do a fence, and so on and so on?
I got the answer.
No, wait.
I know the answer.
So I text her all the people, right?
The guy.
She's like, oh, wow, great, thank you. About yesterday afternoon, she calls me. She goes, Vito, you got a minute? She goes, I got to tell you a story. She goes, you're going to love this. You're gonna crack up. I said, Barbara, what's the story? She goes, well, I call the AC guy, and he answers. He goes, hi, Barbara, how are you? And she's like, he answered like he knew me. He goes, Barbara, can I call you in about 5-10 minutes? I'm in an attic. So she goes, sure.
But he answered his phone
He
in the
answered
attic.
his phone in the attic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he calls her back, and he calls Barbara back, and so he goes, hey, Barbara, how you doing? How can I help you? So Barbara goes, yeah, Vito gave me your number. I'm buying a house. I want to do, central air. I want to do whatever. So she goes, but before we get into that, she goes, it sounds like you know me. You answered, hey, Barbara, how are you? He goes, yeah, you don't remember me? He goes, no, I don't remember you. He goes, weren't you on Match.com?
Stop it.
True story. True
Stop
story.
it. So they were talking on Match.com.
No, 9 years ago. They went on a date 9
Oh
years
my
ago
God,
on
get
Match.com.
That is
And-
great.
and
You
Oh
can't
my
make.
God.
He must have still had her number
Oh
on
my.
Barbara.
But why didn't
Match.
it? Now I'm curious.
Wait a
Why
minute, now,
didn't
is
it
Barbara
work
married
out?
now?
No,
Wait, is
Barbara's
Barbara-
not married, but John is. and
Why
I have
didn't
a
it work
kid.
out?
I have no idea. I don't think Barbara ever called him, but I said to myself,
That was the wrong guy. That was the wrong guy. Oh my!
I'm
That
like-
is
I'm
hysterical.
like, you can't
What are
make
the
this
chances?
up.
What
What
are the chances?
One in a
I
million.
go, wait until you call Montone next. Hopefully you didn't go out with him, but I think Montone's a lot older than you. But,
That is hysterical. That's one of your best stories, I think. I like that
Oh,
story.
I was dying when
That
she
is
told
so
me that.
funny.
I was driving, even with a
Is she gonna use
him? She's gonna meet him on Sunday.
That is-
I might not even
They
show
might be
up.
kindle. Oh no, you said he's married.
He's married. He just had a
They
baby.
won't.
I might not even show up. Just let John and Barbara go through the
Yeah.
house. I'll go open the door.
But every
say,
time
"I
he
got another
sends one,
appointment."
Severio Stone guy. This one, that guy. It's cabinet guy name. It's never like first name and last name.
No,
It's
it's
always
the guy.
It's the guy.
It's the guy. It's the
Listen,
guy.
That's a
That's
funny story.
The guy.
That
That
is
is
a great.
hysterical.
Let me tell you something. That was.
I wasn't
But it's a
expecting
small
that
world.
at all.
I mean,
It's a
that's the way
small
it is.
world.
It's a
You
small
don't know. So I gotta ask
But he
John.
still has the number in his
yeah,
phone.
Hey, maybe he never upgraded his phone.
You shouldn't have brought that on.
I know.
But let's skip that. Let's get past that. That's a little.
That was an inside thought that I let
you're
out.
speaking
Sorry.
Out loud. I
I gotta
Sorry.
see. Maybe he still has a flip phone. And he never changed.
You never know.
You're helping him out now. You're
I'm trying to help you out, John. I'm
Sorry,
trying to
Well, you didn't
John.
say what kind of trade he was, so you're still okay.
Sorry,
Don't
John.
slip that now, Vito. Don't say the name of the trade, please.
But when she told me that, I was dying.
That is hysterical.
But it's good to know so many different
course.
people and
course.
everything because
And it's good when they're reliable. When you get a
when,
good
when
guy.
they're when they're
Come on.
reliable.
Listen, when you got the right guy, everything's really makes it easier. I mean, it just happens like that. You just the way it is.
Look at Danny. He came on a Saturday. You know, I had a.
Well, it sounds like he was threatened.
Well, I was a little forced.
He was threatened to go there on a Saturday.
So we got the permit on a Thursday. You come Saturday. You come. I said, all right, I come.
We had to do a backsplash at my house, right? My Anna wanted to change the backsplash.
I love Anna. I just want you to know I do love
Thank
Anna.
you.
She's
I do
awesome.
too.
She's
so
awesome. She's a lot of fun.
But we had to do a backsplash in the kitchen, and our half a bath we never tiled, so we had to tile it. So I said, it's probably going to take a couple days or whatever to do everything. Meanwhile, to take out the old backsplash, you're trying to take it out, a little piece of sheet.
Wait a minute, you're confusing me. You're taking out the tiles?
No, the
Guy
guys.
with that nice shirt, you can't take that
it wasn't
thing
me.
out. Go ahead.
The
Go
guys.
Are
couldn't
you?
do
I know I'm going to interrupt your story, but we'll go back.
Yeah,
To
I
Are
did
you
too.
handy?
Very handy. I
Okay.
can do electric. I can do plumbing.
Okay.
I can do everything. But if anything breaks, don't call me. I gotta.
Right.
Go.
You gotta go.
But so we got to do all this, right? I'm saying to Ann, I said, Ann, it's going to take a couple of days, you know. So I called the tile guy. I said, look, you got to do me a huge favor. We need to get this done like ASAP. You know, I want everything.
Always
done.
pressure.
Always,
standard pressure. Listen,
right?
you don't have to say
and
it's
my
pressure.
handy guy, you know, to do whatever has to be moved or whatever. They show up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, right? So I'm hanging around just in case they need anything, gonna go buy something, whatever. By 5 o'clock, the old backsplash was out, the new backsplash was in, grouted, cleaned up. The bathroom was all tiled, grouted, cleaned up. One day it took him to
Let's
do
give
all
this
that.
guy a shout out.
That-
I'm gonna go. This guy
and
deserves
Who's that?
You were the
Guy-
best.
Well, let me
He
tell you,
brought in
that's a great
He brought
story.
in like 5, 6 guys to do this. I
That
was
was a
like,
great-
I
that's a
was,
great
I was
story.
actually.
So you
amazed.
must have had something on him.
No.
Maybe he's got the number. This, that, it could be. And one never knows.
I had he's married too, and I have his old girlfriend from Match.com too. That's why. I came up with 5 guys.
Now you got this nickname Vino from Vito, but you also
Vino
have
with Vito.
Vino with Vito, and I got that was Nick
Deanna, right?
That came up with that name, Nick.
But I
Thank
see you
so
got
much.
also another nickname that I
the-
see you on
The
your flyers.
Godfather.
On my
Yes.
and I gotta do a shout out to Danny
Hey.
because Danny,
Oh, is that you?
He would always call me the Godfather.
Because what would happen?
Good segue. Good segue.
Let me tell you, what would happen is when I came and I said, fine, everything I used to ask him, I said, you know this house? And he goes, oh, yeah, that house, I'm just going to use an address, 67. He goes, oh, yeah, I know that house. It's 100 feet wide by 260. I said, okay, next time I see him again, Vito, do you know another property? He gave me the dimensions, the size, the price. I said, oh, my God. I said, what are you, the godfather of real estate here? And that's why I said, you know what?
He knows everything.
It was
Even in East Hanover.
unbelievable.
He goes, oh, where are you going? I said, oh, I'm going to show a house on such and such a road. Is it
yeah.
this person's house? Da, da, da. What? How do you know this?
Yeah, it's
It wasn't
scary.
even for sale. It was not even for
I
sale.
was a little scared
And then
when it happened, Dad.
he
That's
called
why I
me
put you
one.
the Godfather.
He
Yeah.
called me one day, and he go, I didn't answer. I was like, oh, sorry, I was on the phone with someone. I said, they have to leave their house. They're looking to rent. Is it so and so? First name, last name, everyone. How do you know this?
He does his
And,
listen,
How-
this guy.
and it wasn't even in Fairfield.
It was in East Hanover. Both were in East Hanover. But neither were for sale. He knew just by saying I was on the phone with, I didn't even say a name, with a lady that's looking for whatever.
But I'm
he
still
knew.
thinking that I should get 10% of the sales because he's got the Godfather nickname now. What do you think about that? You think I should get the 10% is because of his commission, is because I'm the
You
one that
do
goes
have
the
to get,
guy.
well, you did, here's the thing. You did get that phone call, and he said, is this the Godfather?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That, yeah. I feel like he should get a cut of that.
Thank you. You're holding back.
Yeah.
See? You're holding back.
I sent out a flyer.
He answered,
in
and he's
town.
like, is this the
And
Godfather of real
somebody
estate?
calls and I go, this is Vito. You know, my kids always laugh because I always answer, this is Vito. The guy at the other end, he goes, Vito. He goes, I want to talk to the Godfather of real estate. I go, this is the Godfather of real estate.
Did you get that deal?
He wanted way too much money, and I told him it's not going to happen, not at this time.
But I got your back. If he does, I'll
Yes.
let you know.
We'll keep in touch on that.
You know, this is not right.
But
Just
who-
because you guys now all of a sudden know each other from East Hanover and here and there. Now,
Well, she
But
made
remember
it-
when you were testing everyone and you called everyone at the office and who's the only one that answered their phone?
was you.
He's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at the gym. What is it?
Awesome.
Just testing you.
Very
I'm just
important.
testing you.
Very important. We want to talk about that. That's very.
Oh,
if you can't
yeah,
answer the
it
phone,
is.
you have to return the call
Yeah,
within
yeah.
24 hours.
Or like, if I can't answer it, I'll text them right away and
Right.
say, I will call you right back.
Right.
I'm at an appointment or whatever if you can't pick up the phone.
That's so important with everything. I'm going to say that's important in life. Period.
In life, yeah.
It's because you need to get back. If you're on vacation, even you got to apologize. I was on vacation, my phone wasn't working. You got to say
I
something.
was on vacation, my phone was working, that's all I did was use it all the time.
Yeah, I was on the same vacation.
Yeah.
I saw you working the phone. For some reason, my phone was a little less serviced than yours. I have Sprint. You have
No,
Verizon.
I got Verizon.
So I had a little less. I had to do a couple apologies when I got back.
But speaking about answering
No, his
your
phone was definitely working because I got a lot of phone calls.
We
a lot of
just had
text
that
messages.
listing we had just got, and then
Awesome.
ended up getting 100 people going through the.
Because so it was listed, and then you guys went on the vacation. It listed on Monday. When did you leave? On Sunday? Easter Sunday? Yeah. So that whole week.
Wow.
But I took care of you.
It was
That's
crazy.
all.
You did
I'm
a
sure.
great, you
I'm
did a great
sure.
job.
I'm sure.
If anybody I can rely on all the time is Nina. I
Awesome.
call her.
Awesome.
She'll stop what she's doing.
You know, I
she'll
got
show
two
her
beautiful
house.
houses coming up in East Hanover. You got to keep that in mind.
Yes,
Even
yes,
though
I will.
And
I
even
get
though
people
you got
all
your
the
real estate
time.
license and your wife, but she lives in town. You
Of
should give it to
course,
her.
of course.
Yeah, have her
Listen, well, she could get the part. Yes, yes. I'm going to give her anything she wants.
Yeah,
As long as I see her wearing my shirt and gets
Yes.
me tanks,
There she
and she says I'm the guy for tanks,
Thanks.
she
There,
got
there
it.
you go. So
I might have to put a couple tanks in the ground in the middle of the night.
or just get one of those oil fillers that show like it's got a tank and just stick it in the ground.
That's not right. That's not. Now you're going there. Listen, that's
no, just
that's
to
a
get
bad,
just
that's
to
a
get
bad,
you out
You
there and
understand
say,
what
hey,
he's?
Danny.
You know what he's saying to you right now? He's saying fake that the tank is there. Wow.
So you can get Danny to go there. Hey, look, Danny, there's a tank here. look, it's got the filler and everything. But getting back to answering your phone, I'll never forget my daughter Luciana. We're going to West Essex. It was on the Honor Society or whatever. They had a big thing going on. I'm walking out my garage door. It was like 6:45. I think we had to be there by 7 o'clock. Phone rings, somebody calls, wants to go look at a house I had just listed. So I go, when can you go? They go, I can go now. I said, well, you know what, I'm sorry, I can't go now, but I can take you. And I'm saying to myself, we're going to go to it's going to take about an hour. I'll be back. I can take you in about an hour and a half. Oh, no, but I'm in the area now, this and that. I said, all right, I'm sorry, but, I can do an hour and a half. Hang up the phone. Ready to get in the car, my phone rings again.
That's before I was there, because you would have called me and I would have been there.
It would have been taken care of. My phone rings. It's another agent. Can I show so-and-so
Oh, yeah, you did
house?
tell me the story.
And I'm like, is it this person? He goes, yeah. I go, she just called me, wanted to go take a look at it. Yeah, she wants to go right now, this and that. But how people are sometimes.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
jumpy.
yeah.
Everything's got to be done right there and then. That's why it's so important, and I teach you guys all the time. Answer your phone. It doesn't hurt to answer your phone. And, one day on this podcast, I'm going to bring my daughter on here. What it was like growing up with your father being a realtor.
Oh, my God, you have to bring her on here.
Because all I do is, I'm eating dinner, the phone rings, I'll pick it up. I'm doing this, phone rings, I'll pick it up. And they'll be like, Dad, stop.
Well,
I'm
my
saying,
son
"Look."
says it all. He's like, why'd you leave my game? Why didn't, because I'm at a
Right, you
basketball
walked
game, it's
away.
loud, my phone rings, pick it up, and then I walk outside, come back in, phone rings again, get up, walk outside, talk to them. But remember the work phones, if someone called, it would say our broker's name.
Right.
And you didn't know,
Yeah,
whatever.
You didn't know where it was coming from.
So there was one day I pick up the phone, it's Jay and Meg, and I'm like, he's like, where are you? He's like, are you in the bath? I'm like, no, I'm in the shower. He's like, oh my God, call us back. I'm like, well, I thought it was important. I literally keep my phone up to the glass like this. If it rings, shower goes off, I pick up the phone.
Is it FaceTime? Oh. Not that I wanted. I just wanted to know.
No, it's
Not
not.
that I would be calling when you were taking a shower. I just wanted to know. It was all right. It was all right that I asked that question, right? Okay.
Thank God it wasn't FaceTime.
If she said yes, then we had a problem here.
Then we got a problem. We got to start telling you take yourself off FaceTime, especially when you're in the shower. I don't think Phil's gonna like that.
Oh, no.
But it is so important where you gotta answer your phone
I
as a
agree.
realtor.
But how many
gotta
times
answer
do
your
you
phone
call
as
a
No, you gotta
listing
answer your phone
agent?
as
How many
period.
times do you call a listing agent
they never
and they
answer the
do
phone.
not answer the phone?
Never.
They
Never.
do not text you back. I had a client that was interested in seeing a house. Texted, it said, "Do not use showing time" in big capital letters. Text
Yeah,
both
yeah,
agents.
I remember you were telling me.
Texted both agents, didn't hear back. Texted again, didn't hear back. They finally said, "Oh, we'll let you know this afternoon." 6 more hours go by. "Hey, just curious, can we go see the house tomorrow at 7? My clients were waiting. I have other
course,
appointments to book." Never got back to me. And then I booked it on showing time that they said "do not" in capital letters, and it got accepted right away because I guess the owner was doing
Wow.
it.
Yeah,
And then I
Wow.
texted again, "Hey, when are offers due?"
Nothing.
Nothing.
Radio silence.
Nothing.
There's so many.
I just don't get it. I don't understand how people do that.
Yeah, so many realtors, you wonder to yourself and you say, hey, all you got to do is pick up that damn phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be anybody, it could be whatever. I mean, sometimes, you know, I'm at the hospital visiting somebody. My phone rings. Somebody actually wanted to sell their house. I went on a listing appointment and I got the listing. But okay, if I didn't answer the phone, what are they gonna do? They're gonna move on to the
Next
next
person.
one.
Yeah, we're fast.
You were in the hospital because you were
I
sick.
wasn't
You were
in the house. I was visiting, but again, I'm sitting there
24
visiting
hours a
somebody.
day. you got
I'm
that
picturing
phone.
him hooked up to everything, getting
Yeah,
the call,
still
just
taking
ripping
it.
everything
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's
out.
the Godfather. He would do that.
Ripping everything
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
When I had my open heart surgery, my daughter actually had to take my phone away because she goes, "You're not going to need this for a little while."
Oh, yeah.
I said, "No, please,
Yeah.
please, I need it." But talking about, you know, with the phone, I had an operation done, and Anna comes and picks me up. You know, she was at the hospital with me. Now I got to go home. So I'm in the car. I was under anesthesia and everything. I'll never forget it was a minivan we had at the time. And I'm in the back, like, lie down. The phone rings. And she goes, "You're not going to answer that, are you?" I said, "Absolutely. Why not?" I answered the phone. Same thing. It was
Did she drive you there?
Yeah, drive you there and lay him out. That was the procedure when you made the enlargement? Is that when you did that procedure?
No. Oh, if I tell you what the procedure was.
Oh, here we're gonna go.
Oh, I
He's
don't
gonna
think I
flip
wanna
flop.
know.
No, he's gonna flip flop, and I figured it out.
It was a different
Yeah, okay.
different procedure. But again, all agents that are out there, you know what? I'm going to tell you, answer your phone.
Pick up your goddamn phone.
Maybe we should have
For
tell
the
you
love
that.
of God, pick up your phone.
This way they'll call us right afterwards because you didn't pick up the phone.
And that's the way it is.
The other best thing, Danny, is you call somebody, they don't pick up the phone, right? Then you text them, they text you right back.
That's even more annoying because you know they have
right.
their phone.
You know they have their phone on them, and then you text them again and say, "Hey, I can't text because I can't walk and
I wanna
text
talk
at the
to you.
same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
I want to talk to you," and then it's radio silence
Mm-hmm.
again for the next couple hours. At least text me back. Hey, I can't call
I've
you.
had agents, like, when they have a listing, if I call them, they'll pick up the phone and say, "Are you an agent? Yeah. Text me your questions." Click.
Unbelievable.
Like, how
Come on, you
rude
can't be-
and unprofessional is that?
You
And that's
can't.
not in your seller's best interest, by the way.
And hopefully, you know, we gotta let these sellers, you know, naturally we can't, but these sellers need to know that. Look at who you hired, you know, is doing a lousy
In this
job.
market, I feel like I'm not saying it doesn't matter because it does, but I feel like sellers sometimes in this market, because of the way how fast things are going, they feel like it doesn't, but it does matter because you're even busier now than in the past, and you need someone that's going to answer the phone, answer everyone's questions, get to
Right.
everybody. If they can, you know, book showings, and they just don't answer their phone. I don't understand it. That's all it takes.
It's important. It's important in every business, I think. If you got a lawyer
Yeah.
that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
pick up the phone, it's no good. You don't get
Right.
a doctor that returns your phone call. It's important in everything you do. Pick up your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up your phone and get back to. If you and sometimes it happens that you can't.
You
check
can't.
the
I mean,
phone,
it does. You
but
can't.
then you just call him back and say, "Listen, what's going
Right.
on?" And
Or-
if he's really likes Mr. Godfather, he's gonna come back and say, "You know
Yeah.
what? I was really hyped because we all want it done the same day, like we just said before in the beginning.
course.
Vito wanted to take done that Saturday. It's just this area, this New Jersey, New York,
Oh,
Connecticut.
yeah.
Everything has to be done
fast,
yesterday.
yes,
Like,
fast.
I remember I was in Florida and we're online getting a bagel. I went to visit my brother-in-law and there were like 3 or 4 people in front of us and it was taking a while. Already the kids, "What's taking so long?" What's taking so long?
Yeah.
Come on, what's taking so long?
Can I add on to
Yeah,
that story? Because I want to bring up my wife, Roseanne. We were there for a month in Cocoa Beach, and literally we would go to, it's a Publix, it's not a ShopRite. So we go in, and the ladies literally taking the thing and going like this. So all of a sudden, my wife
She's
is-
shaking? 'Cause I
she's
start
like
to
this.
physically
all of a sudden,
shake when that
somehow,
happens.
some way, she got herself between the bagger, and this is a true story, and boom, 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 just my wife is always fast. So all of a sudden,
It's like
they-
Anna, same
thing. So the one lady comes over. She goes, come. She goes, you want a job? You want to be a manager? She goes, take it easy. Everything's easy in Florida. So I break Roseanne's chops all
That's
the time.
so funny.
All the time regarding that story when we were in
Oh,
Cocoa Beach.
my wife here does it where, you go to ShopRite and the bagger's there and she'll.
I do that too at Trader Joe's.
They do a better job.
I'm like, it's therapeutic. I like it.
got it.
I like it. Because
I
if
got
it's
it.
not, if you put the avocados that are
Yeah.
just ripe on the bottom,
Yeah, it's
and then
a
you
problem.
put the heavy stuff on top, I'm going to rearrange, and I'm going to be here longer rearranging everything.
rearrange.
So I might as well just do it.
I-
I love bagging at the grocery store.
I never go grocery shopping. I don't. I gotta admit, I'm sorry, everybody, and if you guys out there, I don't know how to use a washing machine or a
That's
dryer. I never go. I never
Anna would
go-
probably prefer you not touching the washing machine or dryer, so it's okay.
Oh, he's going to break.
That's
Yeah, it's
it.
okay. Or you're going to shrink her clothes.
That's it.
He may
So-
do it on purpose so she never asks him again, too. Listen, Vito's a very smart guy.
But and I never really go grocery shopping. I went grocery shopping one time with her, and I said, "No, I can bag. Get away.
Yeah.
Just put the stuff on there. I got the bag." The young kid comes, he wants a bag. All of a sudden, it was like, get the. The kid got scared. He went to another place there. But that's how it is, being in.
But
New
you don't
York, New
normally
Jersey.
couple grocery shop, right?
I never go grocery
Okay.
shopping. She goes all the time. You go couple grocery shopping?
No.
I-
No. Absolutely not. Now that he's
Listen, I got to clear this
wait,
up. I was
wait.
only grocery shopping because we were on vacation.
Right.
I do not
come
go
on,
grocery
you go
shopping.
couple grocery
I don't even know how to
shopping.
use
I
the
don't
washing machine and
understand
every
it.
last.
Nothing against the couples that grocery shop together. I
We
just
can't
don't.
get
I
it.
just I don't get it.
Now that you brought that up, my brother does. Hey,
Really?
Rocco, Antonella. How
Why
is
do
it
you
going
grocery shop with
grocery
your
shopping
wife?
together?
So you know what? I got to take my brother Sal goes grocery shopping.
I don't.
With his wife.
Does he cook?
But he does. Yeah, he cooks.
So
Sal
maybe
likes to
it's-
cook. He
okay,
likes it,
I
but-
can get that.
Yeah.
Maybe okay.
Little shout out to Sal. See, we brought you in, Sal. You like the grocery shop.
And he likes to
Do you
cook,
ever
too.
see Vito in the shop break? Because now we're gonna I'm
Yeah,
gonna
if you
test
see
it.
Vito with
So
his
now
wife
take
grocery
a picture
shopping,
of him
take a
there,
picture,
Take a
please.
picture and give him a hug. There's
Yeah,
a $25
yeah.
gift card to wherever you want.
Now that Phil's retired, now he likes to go to Costco. But if we ever go together, we have two separate cards.
That's too funny.
We walk in like this,
And those are big cards.
and then he'll text me,
That's it. That's it.
"Are you gonna come to the checkout?" Because I'm like, so he has a physical card. I have the card in my phone. We stay
get-
separate.
get
We
on
check
the
out
other
separate.
side.
We'll meet at the car. That's it.
I love you guys with these, different cards and stuff. What other card? You had a coffee card.
Oh, the Starbucks.
Okay. Listen to this. All right. So she goes, she's doing an open house for one of the listings. We just got back from vacation that Sunday. I said, it's going to be busy. I'll come and, I'll come and help you out. I know it's going to be busy, but I can't come for like another hour. She goes, yeah, I'm running around like crazy.
I was running around like crazy
Which
that
you
day.
are. I'm not
I left
saying
my
you-
house at 9 a.m. I didn't get back till 8 p.m.
I'm
I was
not
showing
saying-
houses before the open house, after the open house, in Hackettstown. I was all over the place.
I'm not saying you were, but
I needed my coffee.
So I go, you need anything before I come? She goes, yeah. Can you stop at Starbucks and get me a coffee?
But I did say, if you prefer to go to Dunkin', that's okay too.
So I go, where's there a Starbucks? I don't know.
She knew the location.
So she knew
Yeah, it was right around the
location,
corner.
Right up in St.
So there's
Cloud
no way
Tower.
you could say, no, you can't go, you're passing it.
So she goes, I'll send you my Starbucks card, for the coffee. I'm like, are
Like
you
the
kidding
scanner.
me?
You
The
get money in
scanner.
your account.
I go, you kidding me? I can buy you.
You don't do that at Italian man anyway. You're not gonna.
Right.
He's not gonna let you.
Wait,
Well, I knew he
wait.
wasn't going,
But,
but
but we
He's
go.
not using. He's not using the card. But she's.
But wait.
She's there, okay, go
But
ahead.
I go get a cup of coffee, so now you got to read this. Grande latte, one
Almond
espresso
milk,
shot, one almond milk, no this, that. So the guy, the
She's your favorite customer.
Wait, the
right?
one behind the counter is
Yeah.
asking me. I go, hold on, I got to read it. They go, you don't, no, I got to read it. One grande. So I said, grande, okay, whatever. She goes, that'll be $8.28. I'm like, what the hell did I get? How big?
And I think I drank it
How
in
big
2
is this
sips.
coffee? You know?
And it was this big.
Yeah, so I got to go back, right? So you got to wait for the coffee to come. No lie, the coffee was like a little small coffee. from
I was so
Dunkin'
thirsty. We had
Donuts.
so many people
God
at the
bless
open
the
house.
Starbucks. God bless
I
them.
think I drank it in 2 sips.
Say-
He's like, "You're done already?"
I said,
And then
if I would have known, I would have taken that card for you.
He goes, "I didn't know how much it was gonna be,"
That's too funny. That is, and it's.
but he brought me my coffee.
Huh?
It was delicious.
Vito does a lot of great things. He does. He does.
Thank you. I try. I hope this neck gets a little bit better.
Well, you may have to go back to the chiropractor.
Yeah.
Make
I-
Anna. Maybe
Yeah.
Anna will tune it up
Yeah.
tonight.
I'm gonna go back on Friday, Dr. Pete.
Okay.
But
She cooks, right?
Yeah.
She's
Where is
probably
Dr.
got
Pete?
strong
You're saying
thumbs.
like Dr. Pete, like I know that. Where is he
he's
located?
right on Fairfield Road, across
he's a-
from
and he's a
Valley Bank.
chiropractor.
He's a chiropractor.
And what's his last name?
Basura Chiropractor. Basura.
Right next, now passing the town hall on the left-hand side?
Passing
Same
the town
sign?
hall on the left-hand side, right next door to that dentist. That new
Okay.
pediatric dentist.
All right. It's good to know.
But yep, very good. So Danny, one other thing, I love these stories. This is great. You just sit here, you talk, and you know, but want to get one more thing out of the tank.
Tank
how-
man,
the
let's get, go ahead.
How long does it take the state to get
That's a
you
great
back
question.
the paperwork?
Vito, that's a great question. Right now, I tell the people, and I try to always give a little worse and then be a little quicker. Right now, it's 6 weeks. I tell the customer it's 6 weeks.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. Yeah, 6 weeks, and that's going fast. And I like to do the 6 weeks and get it done in 5 weeks.
So if you say, "Okay, we're doing a quick closing, 30 days," no shot.
No, not if you got a bad tank.
Yeah.
Not if you got a bad tank. But now, a lot of attorneys are leaving the money in escrow. It depends on the attorney. A lot of people are leaving my balance on escrow, and they're doing the closing.
They
But that's
close.
yeah, and then they know they're going to get the no further action letter.
But now, if you have all your paperwork, all your ducks in a row, all your Donalds in a row,
Wow.
you know
I love
you're,
the props. I love them.
You know you're going to get that paperwork. You know you're going to get an NFA letter or whatever. So I had a deal one time where it was a bank foreclosure. Actually, somebody was
Another good deal.
No, it wasn't me.
You know, one of those deals. Go
No,
ahead.
it was somebody buying it.
Go ahead.
And they had a tank. We were waiting for the NFA letter. So we called the state. It was all there. Everything was there. And they said, we just got to get time to write the NFA letter or whatever. And the bank came back and said, no, we need to close, by this date. Well, we don't have the NFA letter, or else we can't. And I go to the attorney. I go, why don't you go back if you know we're going to get it? You see all the paperwork, everything's in there. Go back and say, look, we want a $5,000 discount on the house. And again, that comes back from negotiating, right? And the attorney goes, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's try that. So they go back to the bank. We want $5,000 off. We can close tomorrow, and we're good to go. Bank comes back. Okay, no problem. Took the $5,000 off the price. Closed on the house. Guess when they got the NFA letter? The next day.
Was that one of the tanks that I did,
No,
Mr.
you didn't do it. This
You
was
have
years
another
ago.
tank guy? Oh, you're in trouble.
No, this
you
was.
are in
No,
trouble.
it
Oh,
was
he
the,
just
it was the
caught
bank.
Oh,
It
you
was
just
the
got
bank.
snapped.
It was the bank that pulled.
You see the way I
it was
sucked
the
him in?
bank.
I sucked him
I
in.
had the buyer.
Wow.
The bank had the listing.
All right,
But
you
you
let-
know what? Saved the buyer $5,000 by
Hey.
closing early and waiting, to get
That
the
was
letter.
great.
And
Hey,
it only
listen, it worked.
only took another day. But that's good information. Now we can pass that on to our people too. Say, hey, if we know, you have a case number, you have everything, you're going to get the NFA letter. Hey, maybe go back and say, yeah, we'll close, but we want a discount, or we're gonna, like you said, hold enough money in escrow
to cover it, to be comfortable.
to
That's
be
all.
comfortable.
You know what? Really,
But what
that
if
comes to the
there's doesn't
attorney.
it gets more expensive if there's a leak though, right? And they have
Right,
to do
but they already, what they do is they pull all the dirt, like we were
Oh,
telling you,
okay.
they put it to the side.
He's saying it's all
Oh,
done. The
it's all
report's
done.
complete.
Oh.
Complete. Now, one other question, where does that dirt actually go?
That dirt, actually, a lot of it goes to Carteret and gets burned. A lot of it gets, they reuse it, they clean it, they do stuff, procedures to it, and they put it on as a covering as the landfill. You ever seen when the golf course, Trump's golf course, I don't know if it's Trump's, Liberty, that was a dumps. So what they do is they use it as a cover, and then they put grass on top of it.
Wow.
Once they burn the
all the
the
oil
oil
out.
from it. Wow, that's,
Interesting.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It's a procedure. You got a big procedure involved. But now,
See, the
now you
gra-
at the end of
but
this thing,
that's
you're
why-
telling me you have another tank, man. I'm a little bit wine's not
No,
as
He
no,
tasty
can't
as
let it
good.
go.
The
He's not
the
gonna let it
wine's
go.
not
Me,
as
the
tasty
bank,
as
the
good.
bank, the bank had the tank man. I had to buy it. But now the grass grows really good. At
Very
this now.
beautiful.
That's why
Everybody
the
see
tomato.
it.
I know. I knew it.
Beautiful.
Nina, I knew it. The tomatoes he
Yeah,
gave
you
me
saw it when we were
had
in
oil
Bayonne.
in there.
You saw it when we
Had
were going to the
oil.
boat.
Yep, it had
Yeah,
oil
yeah.
in there. That's why they were
Yeah.
giant tomatoes. And next time he gives us a tomato that's really that big.
That's all right. It's
there's
keeping
oil.
you young. Look at you. You,
Yeah,
you
fresh.
run and walk
Walk,
every
yeah,
morning.
that's
You're
it.
good.
We discussed
It
it.
49
lubricates
years
your
old.
joints.
We do need your name on that, Vito. This shirt,
Yeah.
definitely. You gotta
Yeah,
get the name.
you
If
have
you don't
to.
have the
Alright,
guy, I got the guy that
We're,
could do
we're,
it for
go-
you.
we're gonna ask.
I have someone too.
I got a guy.
I
have an embroiderer.
See, I'm
Yeah,
testing.
right in our
Yeah, here we
wall. I
go.
got a guy.
He needs
So
it. That shirt
we're-
does need it.
Yeah.
We're gonna ask everybody, and we're gonna ask the audience and everybody on social media. Should we say here, Vito? Let me know what everybody thinks.
Of course.
But,
Of course.
uh,
You got my vote. I think it
Yes,
definitely
I
should have
vote
your
yes.
name. I vote yes.
But now with the wine that's done, it's time to. We gotta go. But on that note, one day, and when that day does come, where you need to buy or sell a house, you're gonna call the godfather of Northern New Jersey real estate. Salute, everybody.
Salute.
Hey, salute.
And when I'm not here, and if I couldn't answer my phone, call Nina.
Call me when he's
And
on
if you-
vacation.
And if you need a tank out, you
Yeah.
call the tank man.